Welcome to Module 6, and in this section we are going to discuss about the emerging trend and best practices for cybersecurity. Now in this we'll talk about cloud security because a lot of organization is directly moving on the cloud. So cloud security is very important nowadays. Internet of things, whatever the devices you do have your mobile phone, you do have your routers, different kind of things, right? You do have CCTVs, all these things in which is having internet, right? So why it is important and how the hackers are actually hacking all these things, and with the help of these things how they are monitoring you. So all these things we will talk about in the internet of things, that is IoT security. And at the last, what are the best practices for cyber security or information security which we can implement in our organization? So these things we'll talk about. So let's start with the cloud security. Cloud security, this term might be new for you, but nowadays it is emerging in a very rapid speed. So cloud is security, is nothing but all data, whatever the things we are doing physically, everything is now virtualized on cloud, right? So what is the benefit of cloud security? So we can directly, the data is always available, right? Even if there is anything happen, the CSP, the cloud service provider, will be responsible for those things. So CSP is actually responsible for giving the availability of 24 into 7 into 365, whether it's raining, whether it's happening, anything. From wherever you are, you can access your data, whether you are in America, whether you are London, anywhere you can access your data in a very secure manner, right? So, but still, if your data on cloud, what is the who is responsible for that? Who is going to see the security? For see, IS, SaaS, and PaaS, these are the three categories of this cloud security. All these things you will get to know about in Azure 900 certification, when we will give the training on that. So what happened, infrastructure is already covered by the your CSP, that is a cloud security provider, sorry, service provider. But along with that, you do have your servers, you do have your endpoints, a lot of things. You have Kubernetes clusters, right? Uh, who is going to monitor is your AKS? Who will be is monitoring it? Containers, right? So all those data, make sure that it is not publicly available, only for your users, along with your users. That should not be public. So this is the first thing, that is the data security. What are you doing for the data security? Availability is obviously that will be having. Compliance is one of the great thing which actually CSP itself give you. That, yeah, for example, if there is Azure cloud security, then Azure is already having SOC 2 type, which is already compliant. In the SOC 2 type, already there is integrity, confidentiality, this all the ISO certification already comes in that category. Now, governance as well comes in that IAM. Now it gives the access to you. That's what we were talking about in the access control, how we were, doing that. So RBAC role based access, how we are doing all those things. So with the help of IAM, identity and access management, where we are noting everything, which user have which access, and whether it has a valid proof or not, or with the business justification, you need to give that particular access to particular user. So those things we do with the help of IAM. DR means disaster recovery, BC means business continuity planning. All these should be in the cloud security as well. And availability compliance, okay, all these terms we already covered. So that's why, in a very simple manner, if I told you, whatever the security you are doing as a physical level, the same security you need to do on the cloud as well. Uh, but there is something different. There will be little bit different things, but in the same manner you have to security. You should have the SOC, you should have the CSAT, you should have the VAPT report, everything you need to do. Now let's take the revision quickly. Cloud security is about safeguarding, okay, storage, applications, computing power, It has very high capacity, all these things. Security measures protect data from unauthorized access and breaches. We use the encryption by default. Azure uses the encryption as well. A strong access control limit, who can access cloud resources here, IAM, right? These are the things you need to do in your organization: regular monitoring and auditing, data backup and disaster recovery plans, cloud security shared responsibility between cloud provider and the user. That's what we have discussed. That is the CSP, cloud service provider, right? User must configure and use cloud service securely. Ensuring cloud security is essential as more data moves to the cloud in the digital age. So nowadays, every data is a digitalized. For example, uh, your Google account, whatever the data you are getting on the Gmail is on cloud. Correct. So that's it in the cloud security. I hope this is going to help you. Let's um, uh, let's move to the new section. We'll meet in that.